The connection that the Kingdom of Fife has to Glasgow Celtic Football Club has been synonymous over the years, from John Thompson and the absolutely fantastic bus that comes out of Cardenden, the John Thompson bus, to two YouTube channels that pretty much dominate the Celtic space here on YouTube. And then there's the leader, the captain, the legend, the one and only Scott Brown, born in the Hillabeath, played football in grass pitches, not even grass pitches, just little bits of grass field at the back of his house. Went on to be an absolute legend at Celtic. He's been talking about the one and only Brendan Rodgers and how he changed his career. Got to remember Scott Brown, who served under managers like Gordon Strachan. After Gordon Strachan, there was Neil Lennon. After Neil Lennon, there was one and only Ronnie Dyla, who's making a comeback to Celtic. Yes, Ronnie Dyla is making a comeback to Celtic for the Player of the Year awards. It's fantastic that Ronnie's coming back. Ronnie will always be synonymous with being able to make sure that we maintained the title running to 9 in a row, no matter what some people think of him. As in a fan that went to the games at those times, it was absolutely brilliant. And any fan that went to games under Ronnie is a true fan. Are the true fans. You've got to remember there was a section of the stadium closed under Ronnie Dyla because fans didn't fancy buying tickets. To the ones that went, they were rewarded. Some good, some bad. But they were rewarded with lots of away tickets. And then after Ronnie Dyla, in comes the one and only Brendan Rodgers, who the song says was meant to be here for 10 in a row, but we know how that ended up. So listen to what Scott Brown this morning has to say about the one and only Brendan Rodgers.
I probably learned more from him and Lenny than anybody else. Gordon I learned a lot from when I was a lot younger, but I probably didn't remember as much as what I probably should have, because when you start to come to the end of your career, you start to think, right, what am I going to do next? And I always wanted to be in part of a coaching staff, be a manager, or have some sort of identity in a football club. And for me, I was lucky enough, Brendan came in probably at the right time. And I was kind of maybe on the downward with Ronnie and stuff like that. We weren't working hard enough. My whole game was based on fitness and small details like that. And we were brilliant for 60, 65 minutes under Ronnie. We just couldn't maintain that standard for the last. And the amount of goals that we lost late on in games, and that was just due to fitness. That was due to nothing else.
Was that partly to do with the nutritional aspect?
Yeah, we had that as well, and you can use that as an excuse.
Because you wanted a high-fat sort of diet, didn't you?
Yeah, some of the lads done it, some of the lads didn't do it. I never really followed that because I knew what worked for me.
Yeah,
I'd do 12k easily in a game. I'd work harder than anyone, so there was no need for me to change diet. My body fat was good. Brendan comes in and changes everything. It's like fitness-wise, you've got to be sharper, you've got to be leaner, you've got to be stronger, you've got to make sure you're hitting so many high-intensity meters in each and individual game. And it was more as in he would go call you out, he'd call Carl out, he'd call James out, he'd call everybody out, and this is what you're doing. On you go. And it would literally be, if you don't hit that, somebody else will come in and hit that. So he was on everybody early doors, which was brilliant because everyone's game just went up 10, 20%. Pre-season was disgusting. And everybody says it was with the ball. Yeah, it was with the ball, but it was disgusting. But that's what made Brendan's team good.
Was it just more grueling than any other manager you'd worked under before?
Yeah, it wasn't just like go and run there or go and run there. There was always a tactical understanding of the game. So whatever we worked on for that whole week, so say we go Saturday to Saturday, we're playing St Mirren play 4-4-2. We're going to work on how we're going to break St Mirren down. So that starts Monday. So we go through how our game was, preparation from that and post-match, and then we sit down. Right, this is what we're going to do, X, Y, Z. Why are we doing this? Because they play this. This is how we can build up. This is how we can press. This is who I think we're going to press. We're going to leave him on the ball. We're going to go after the goalie. So many details. And it was like, oh, Jesus, I'm learning so much. And it would be like every day I'd be going, I'm going to write that down. So I'd literally and I ended up with books and books just from writing everything down. And at the end, Brendan went, I'll give you everything. I was like, oh, brilliant. But it's good because everything that he learned and what he put down on a session planner was in his way and his means. So I've got my understanding of the way I want to do it. And I'm not saying my way is right.
Wow.
Brendan's was far beyond like what I ever expected to probably learn at a football club. And to have that understanding and still to have that, to pick up the phone call to him going, Gaff, what do you think about this? And he'd be honest, and I think that's the best thing about the manager, and he's always honest. with everything, whether it's a press conference, whether it's one-to-ones, whether it's a whole squad.
Wow.
He's always honest in it.
You still do that now? Give him a
Help.
give him a bell. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he helped us with Josh coming in. Josh, the goalies came in for the last 3-4 games there, and he's been exceptional. And we'd got an injury to the goalie, and we needed an emergency loan in, and Celtic helped us out. So for that, I'm lucky enough that I could pick up the phone to Celtic and ask for their help now and then.
Contact.
Brilliant. That's Scott Brown, the legend, the man. Wow. So the next part of this interview was obviously filmed way before they dropped points. Yes, the Glasgow Rangers were talking about. It was definitely asked before. It was asked about a resurgence in sorry, that club. And we know that they've drawn 3 games in a row. And anyway, he was asked about that, and he was asked, do you think that Brendan Rodgers has it in him to win the league this season with Celtic?
Yeah, definitely. And I think if anyone knows Brendan, he knows what he's talking about. He's got an understanding of what he wants for the club. But yeah, I believe that he'll do it. And take nothing away from them. They're still a fantastic team. They're great to watch. They will make sure they win that league. That's for sure.
Yes.
And I'm sure Brendan will be looking forward to hopefully picking that trophy up and going again next season.
2 of your former clubs, of course, Celtic and Aberdeen going head-to-head in the Scottish Cup semi-final.
Yep, this weekend.
Both sides have had their issues this season. Aberdeen more so when it comes to the league, obviously. But they are clearly capable of raising their performances at times. How much of a chance, realistically, would you give them against Celtic?
It's a one-off game. You never know. And as I say, we played with Aberdeen. We've done not too bad against Celtic, but I think Brendan's got just a little bit too much squad depth-wise and quality-wise for Aberdeen in this moment in time. They've not got a manager. They're kind of in between, but they'll bounce back. They always do, and the fans will support them. They'll come down in their thousands.
That's for Celtic, Scott.
Come down in their thousands, just not for this game. Aberdeen handed back over 10,000 tickets, which allowed even more Celtic fans to get tickets for the semi-final this weekend. So this weekend, all eyes turn to Hampden for Celtic. All eyes do turn to Hampden. The fact that it is the semi-final of the Scottish Cup against Aberdeen. Aberdeen, the club that have just appointed a new manager who doesn't come in until June. I think that's a complete waste of time. You think you would get him in the doors, assess the squad. Maybe he is doing that from afar. But you think you would get him in the doors, assess the squad, and but maybe they just want to give him a fresh start in the summer. Anyway, Brendan Rodgers' side will be favourites against Aberdeen, who are in the bottom half of the six. But when it comes to it is the semi-final, where can you play? Where can you watch the game this weekend? The match details obviously are. It is this Saturday, April 20th at a 12:30 kickoff. You can watch it on Celtic and Aberdeen TV. You can watch it on BBC One Scotland coverage starting from 12 noon. The Scottish Cup is one of the competitions that is left that you can still get free view to on your console telly, as they say. You can also get it to Premier Sports, Viaplay, and Celtic TV. Anyway, that's it. It's all going to be talking about tonight. We'll be talking about the game this weekend. We'll be talking about the team. We'll talk about the team and who do you think Brendan Rodgers will pick? I think he's going to go with his strongest 11 that he has. Obviously, Dyson Maida is out. Will the one and only Callum McGregor walk back into the middle of the park? Or will he leave? Will he leave Tomoki Iwata in that midfield? I hope not. I hope that Callum McGregor gets 60 minutes. Hopefully, he should be way fitter now. He should be at least a week's more fitness than he was in the last game. A lot of people criticised him due to the fact that he was to blame for a goal recently. But when it comes to the VAR officials, Don Robertson will referee the match at the National Stadium. He'll be assisted by Graham Stewart, Stephen Traynor, David Dickinson, and Greg Aitken will be in VAR alongside Andrew McWilliam in the VAR house. The odds in the match are Aberdeen are 91 for the draw, 92 Celtic, and 1-3 for Celtic to win. Anyway, that's that. I loved that video about Broony on the earlier part of the video. Broony is a player that will always be, you think about it, he was with Celtic for 15 years? It's a long time in football, and he had a lot of managers. went through a lot of football and a lot of managers. And like I said, it's amazing the influence that us folk for Fife have on Celtic. And that note, it's not just us, it's everyone connected with Celtic. All the Celtic fans all around the world. Thank you for watching.